As you grow your business, you want to be thinking about how do you build your business in your tax liability structure. The first thing that I always tell people is that I'm not a CPA, I'm not an attorney. There's no one on our team that is. These are suggestions and best practices that we have learned from working with CPAs and attorneys and our authors. So please go talk to them first for your final decision-making process. When you initially set up your account with Amazon, KDP, and Ingram Spark, you're given the option to either use your Social Security number or an FBIN. You'll want to figure out what's best for you and what your business is like. You'll properly set up your business in order to create a smooth payment process. But we all want anyway. How are we going to get our royalties? Amazon and Ingram want to know. You're going to answer those questions on Amazon and Ingram and make sure that they're answered correctly so that you get your money. Visiting with your CPA and your attorney is the best way to make that happen. The benefit of doing this early on is that you're going to simplify your tax reporting in the long term. You're going to keep everything clean because Amazon and Ingram will report your earnings to your IRS buddy. It helps you establish your professional credibility. You're growing a business here. It increases your personal asset and it prepares you for growth as you start adding things to your business, be it speaking opportunities, online classes, however you want to structure that. As you build your business, you want to think about things such as how are you going to structure your business? Just as I mentioned earlier, discuss that with your CPA and your attorney. Choose your publishing company name. You've heard me talk about that before. Register your business depending on the state you live in. That may change. It's optional, but highly recommended. You want to set up your tax ID. Again, check with your CPA and your attorney. And you want to complete your tax and payment information on your vendor platforms. Pro tips: if you plan to publish multiple books or expand into coaching, speaking, or other types of product, setting up an LLC early is one way to protect your personal assets. Consult with your CPA or attorney to determine what's best for you. The other thing I've noticed a lot of authors do is, in the very beginning, set up a separate bank account for your finances that keeps them separate from your personal finances. Remember that your publishing company name that you establish should feel timeless, expandable, and not look like it's self-published. Don't use a part of your name or part of your existing business company name. You want to also remember to make sure you keep track of all royalty payments, expenses, and deductions. If you're selling in person, make sure they're also keeping track of how many books you sell in those in-person locations. Are you ready to write that book you've been thinking about? I'm Cathy Davis, daviscreativepublishing.com. We help you publish nonfiction books in collaborative anthologies. We do all the work, you get all the accolades.